Snack time. I'm your host, Marno. Joining me on the playground today is my friend Bret, who is sharing a few different snacks today for a jalapeno snack taste test. Hi, Bret. Welcome to Snack Time.
Hi, Michelle. I'm so honored to make my debut on the Marno channel of networks.
All of the brands, all of the handles.
Literally, who is Oprah?
I mean, my Lord and Savior, you know? She does it all.
She has nothing to Marno. That's all I have to say.
Oh, wow. Thank you. That is a high honor. Next, I just have to have my own magazine, and I think, you know, I'll be set.
I'd subscribe, girl.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, before we get started and jump into this insanely incredible concept that you came up with, I need to know, are you a sweet or salty snacker?
I don't even really think I have to think about it. Definitely salty.
Yes. Okay, why?
So sweet is like great for a dessert after a meal, but like during the day, I don't want my teeth to feel weird. I don't want my stomach to get upset. It has to be salty. And like especially like candy and stuff, like it gets stuck in my teeth and like it's just a mess. I'm not looking for that all the time.
Only post meal.
Only post meal, exactly.
Yeah. I feel that. Like I rarely will have a sweet snack. And if it is, maybe it's like fruit or like something fruity, like probably definitely not chocolatey. Chocolatey is definitely very desserty for me.
Yeah, I'm trying to even think
salty is number one.
Like what would a sweet snack even be? Like just a bag of candy? Is that kind of gross?
I think, well, like fruit, I think would qualify as sweet, or like a brownie or a cookie, ice cream.
I lump all that except fruit with desserts.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way about sweets. I mean, I'm definitely a snacky salter. I love chips, especially. Yeah, but sweet, I can't have too much of it.
I guess I'm not a huge like daily snacker, and if I do, it's like goldfish or like chips.
Yeah. So speaking of chips, we have 3 different chips in front of us here. I guess, well, yeah. I mean, spoiler alert, one of them is Cheetos, which Cheetos qualify as chips, right? They're not crackers.
I feel like this is a whole box of issues that we're opening right now.
They're called crunchy snacks. I don't know. Okay, I mean, we can dive into that a little bit later in the pod, but I want to just introduce to our audience, our listeners, our friends, our snackers, this taste test. So Bret was listening, I'm assuming. Him and his roommate, Aaron, messaged me at the same exact time. And did I say your roommates? You live together. So I was like, I wonder if they're listening at the same time, because they both simultaneously messaged me. If you guys listen to every episode, Erin was last week's episode, and she wanted to talk about road trip snacks. And so both of these 2 friends of mine came up with these, like, I don't know, they just went the extra mile, you know, when they presented their episode ideas and concepts and great things. So Bret came up with the idea that there would be a taste test, and we would talk about, compare, rank 3 different snacks that have the same flavor. And so today we are tasting 3 jalapeno snack flavors. We have Lay's kettle cooked jalapeno, Cheetos cheddar jalapeno, and Late July jalapeno lime tortilla chips. I'm very excited about this.
I am too, and the key to that is that we have a potato, a tortilla, and a cheese puff. So which form of snack represents the flavor the best?
Yes. Does a potato complement, or does I guess cheese puffs they're made out of corn, right? Yeah, cornmeal. So they're like
Healthy.
Cheetos are healthy. You heard it here first. And then Late July, I mean, we're going to talk about packaging, but the packaging of Late July really makes it look like it's healthy to me.
That's called good marketing, girl.
I think that's called good marketing as well. I mean, yeah, it's like definitely a scaled back, more like, I don't know, homey kind of vibe.
We love a script font on a bold color. It catches your eye on the shelf every time.
Every time. So, is there anything else the listeners need to know about this before we jump into this taste test?
I don't think so, but we hope that you get these flavors and try it along with us while we discuss them so we can all be up Jalapeño's business.
Oh my God. We want to always be Jalapeno business. All right. Which one should we try first?
Let's start with the potato. That seems...
Ooh, wait. Can I make a prediction? Can we make predictions first? Which ones we're going to like? Because, like, I kind of think I know which one I'm going to like best, but I could be surprised. So I think I'm going to like the kettle cooked jalapeno best for two main reasons. First of all, I freaking love kettle chips. They're probably my favorite style of chip. They're super crunchy. They're almost always folded over, which I love. And there's always like an underlying almost like sweetness to kettle chips that I love when there's like a sweet and salty dichotomy within a snack. Obviously heavier on the salt, but yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I also like that with the kettle chip where it's folded over multiple times. That's like more surface area on which the flavor can sit. So the flavor is always so much stronger in a kettle chip than like in a normal
100%. And then the flavors get into all the nooks and crannies.
Oh, I love a nook and cranny flavor.
Love a nook and cranny. Okay, so I think the kettle are going to be my favorite. And also, I think it's interesting. The kettle chips are the only ones that are just a pure jalapeno. Because then we have the Cheetos and the tortilla chips. And the Cheetos are obviously partly cheesy. And the jalapeno are jalapeno lime.
Yes. Well, we did want to try to find the Dorito that was strictly jalapeno, but I couldn't find it in any Southern California grocery store.
I couldn't either. And I was like, I waited too long to like order it online because I'm sure you could get it somewhere online.
Yeah, true.
Like even if it's been discontinued, you can get like 50-year-old discontinued stuff.
They're sitting in Jeff Bezos' garage somewhere that he'll send out for sure.
Jeff Bezos. I love the idea that like even if you're not buying from Amazon, like if you're buying something from like Etsy or eBay or some like random other site and it's like different usernames and they're usually not like companies, you know, they're these individuals that like Jeff Bezos also runs like random pages on each of those sites and is still like making money off of us even when we don't know it. I mean, I don't love the idea. I think it's funny, but like it's also horrible to think about.
Could you imagine if we paid like $400 to get these like jalapeno Doritos like here in time for this taste test? Like that's real commitment.
I would need to be making money off of this podcast before I did that because then I could just expense it and say it's part of my work. I am not about to spend $400 on a bag of chips.
Much better.
Much better. Okay, so then second. Oh, wait. So what is your like top pick? Like, what do you think you're going to like best?
So I suggested these because I'm already a big fan of two of them. I'm just gonna come clean here and just be totally honest with you.
We need to be like as truthful as possible on this podcast, so I really appreciate that.
This is like the interview to be your running mate. Like I'm getting vetted right now so that everything's out on the table.
Are you the Kamala to my Joe, even though I wouldn't want to be either of those people?
No comment. So I love the Lay's jalapeno kettle chips.
Okay.
And I also love the Cheeto jalapenos. Oh, I haven't tried the
Ooh.
tortilla one yet,
Uh-huh.
but I am a big fan of the other two already. So to put them head to head is like celebrity death match. Like we're really gonna have to make a decision here.
You had your two top celebrities in a death match. Who would those two top celebrities be?
I mean, just putting like Larry David and Bernie Sanders in a ring together would be so good.
I was so sure you're gonna say Countess Luann and someone, but I love those two choices as well.
I would also like to see Countess Luann up against like Kyle Richards, so that we could see Kyle Richards be pummeled once and for all with a statement necklace.
Oh my god. Imagine that as like a double feature. Like first half, Larry David and Bernie Sanders.
All I would need was 3 bags of jalapeno Cheetos, tortilla chips, and kettle chips, and I'd be set for the rest of quarantine.
Oh my god, I love that. So between the two, like, do you have a prediction which one, or is this taste test gonna finally determine which one is number one in your heart?
I think because I've never had them in the ring per se like this, that this is really gonna put them up against each other, and I'll have to decide.
Yeah.
But
Oh, you mean you've never bought 3 different jalapeno flavored snacks at one time before and looked like an absolute psycho at the grocery store? Oh, just me?
The checker was like, oof, this guy's gonna have problems tonight.
Oh my god. And then you're kind of like thinking the jalapeno lime like aren't gonna defeat your top 2 because they're so near and dear to your heart, or do you think there's a chance that this one could like swoop in?
They could swoop in. I'll be honest with you. I think a tortilla chip, particularly one with light, from the visuals, there's light flavor on it.
Mm-hmm. This is no Dorito.
It's no Dorito. It's definitely like a restaurant style tortilla chip with some light flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe it's gonna need some salsa or some kind of dip to really push it over the edge.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm confident in all 3 of our contestants for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm wishing the best for all 3 of them. I do have my biases, and I agree. The picture on the front of this late July tortilla chips jalapeno lime bag is like not as appealing to me as the other packaging, you know? Like
sure.
You have your Cheetos, which is like classic nostalgia. Like, has the packaging changed in like 30 years? Possibly not.
I also love that they use the bright orange with like adding like a bright ass green onto it.
Yes.
Like, oh, that's for sure catching my eye, and I know exactly what to expect.
Yes. And like, you already know that the flavor packs a punch. I mean, I'm looking at them right now, and I can see the little jalapeno specks, as well as obviously the cheese.
Mm-hmm.
So I just know that that's going to be super flavorful.
And there's like hella jalapeno specks on there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at the first one right now. That's probably going to be the one that I grab to like really try it, because I'm like inspecting all of these. And it's like one of those like stockier, like more chode-like Cheetos that like super crunch, but like super covered in seasoning. Like I can
like
really
you don't
see
want
it.
like a long skinny one, because then it like doesn't sit in your mouth right. It's the short chody ones that really pack the most punch in a Cheeto, I would say.
I agree.
Isn't it kind of sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you go.
Isn't it kind of weird looking at all these chips like in a bowl in front of you? Because I think I'm so used to just eating them right out of the bag. It's like a magic 8-ball. Like you don't know what shape you're gonna get.
I kept them in the bags because I needed to know what the packaging looked like.
Oh, okay. I put them in bowls, and I'm like,
so fancy.
This is weird.
That's like, I would have done that if this was also a video podcast, for aesthetics. But I'm literally sitting in my old bedroom at my parents' house that I don't even sleep in, because the desk in here is the only desk in the house my mom's been using it to work at. So like I just like moved all of her work shit to the side and put my stuff on. So there's really not enough space for bowls and bags. I'm just like, moving back home life is a struggle. But we're here and we're happy and we're going to eat some fucking chips.
I'm ready, girl.
Can you explain the rubric for the scoring system, please?
So, obviously I was thinking about this kind of a lot recently, and because I just wanted to make sure I was doing it right. And so I was
There's no right or wrong when it comes to snack time, as long as you're having fun. But I really appreciate like the extra effort you put into this.
So for each flavor, or for each snack, we have the Kettle chip Lay's, the, again, tortilla chip, and the Cheeto, all jalapeno flavored. For each, I'm going to be scoring them 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best, for flavor, which I'm defining as boldness of flavor. So how well does this communicate the flavor of jalapeno? Then there's spice, which is from 1 to 5. How spicy is it? Is my mouth burning? Is it more subtle? Spice level there. Texture, does it like hurt to bite down? Some chips are a little too sharp. Are these too soft? What is the texture? How does it feel as it's dissolving in my mouth? And then last but certainly not least is residue, because I hate residue on my fingers after I eat a snack. So 1 to 5, we'll see what kind of residue each leaves.
I'm so excited for this. Wait, are you gonna tally down my scores too?
Yeah, of course. And then
great, because I don't feel like doing math.
Oh, that's fine. And then also at the end, I will be grading the final answer on rubric score, but also combine that with the feeling in my heart of hearts. Because even like, I need to see how the kind of numbers game ends up kind of at the end. But if it's different from what I'm truly feeling in my heart of hearts, I'm also going to weigh that into my decision.
I think I'll do the same. I think I'll do the same. Oh my God, I'm so excited. So should we do these in a specific order? Should we do like alphabetical order from like brand name or?
Oh, you decide.
I mean, I feel like that's only fair to, so we're not like, ooh, gonna go in on this one. So we have Lay's, Cheetos, and Late July. So I guess we go Cheetos, Late July, and then Lay's.
I really had to do the alphabet in my head there because Late July and Lay's were so close together.
Yeah, they start with the same 2 letters, and I was like, see, this is why I needed the bags. I was literally looking back and forth between the bags, like L-A-Y, L-A-T. Okay, Y is at the end of the alphabet, T is earlier.
Oh, God.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so Cheetos. Oh, my God. Okay.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm getting that chody one that I was talking about.
Ah, we love it.
Wait, I pulled it out and look it's like an extra little tiny baby arm coming off of the main chode.
It's like grasping for you to put it in your mouth.
Aw. Okay.
All right, you ready? Here's mine.
Yum. Wait.
I know, right?
These are even better than I thought. Do you know what these taste like? Freaking nacho cheese.
But like with a little kick.
Yes, like spicy nacho cheese that has jalapenos in it.
I know. They're so good.
Oh no! I'm already so confused as to which one's gonna be my favorite.
I'm gonna have another one just because I like them so much.
Yeah, me too. Oh shit, this is a game changer. I've never had these before.
I hadn't until like the last time I saw my mom, and she had like a big bag of them, and I was like, oh, what are these? And she's like, just try it. And so I like tried it, and I was
wait, when was this? So when did you first try these?
I saw her for her birthday in July.
Oh my God, so this is like a new discovery.
Yeah, this is why I suggested jalapeno, because it's been on my mind so much for the last few weeks. I was like dreaming about them.
Wow, these are freaking good.
I know, so good.
You guys, listeners, if you like jalapeno, if you like nacho, like spicy nacho cheese, you have to get these right now. Stop what you're doing. Continue listening because you can listen to this on your way to the store. But freaking get yourself some of these. You need them.
I also think it's funny you might have your possibly whitest guest doing the spicy food challenge.
It is. Also, on a previous episode, which just went up. Oh, it just went up. What day is it today? Tuesday? Wait, no, today's Wednesday. It went up 2 days ago. The episode with Melissa, we talked about Trader Joe's elote chips and ended up talking a lot about Mexican food. And like, she's also one of my whitest guests that I've had on the pod. So the white people are really bringing the spice as far as snack time goes.
Quarantine hit us different, I guess.
White people are getting spicier.
Okay, so
uh-oh.
Not that.
Not a chokey from spicy.
Okay, so for the rubric, flavor, I'm gonna have to give honestly like a 9 out of 10.
Wait, I thought it was out of 5.
Oh, you're right, out of 5. Not me forgetting my own rubric.
I thought you were gonna say 9 out of 5. I was like, that's not fair.
Okay, I'll give it a 5 out of 5 then for flavor.
I mean, I want to give it a 5 out of 5, but like, I haven't had the other ones yet, so I don't want to go too hard, but like, why not? This is my fucking podcast. When I want to love something, I'm going to love it. So I'm going to go 5 out of 5 as well, because these are a new fave, or at least a current fave for me. Holy shit, they're so good.
Spice level, even though I coughed, I'm going to give it a sensible 3. It's like a nice spicy snack.
I can see myself, if I was eating more of them, it would build in my mouth. Because right now I'm feeling a 2, but I think if I kept eating them, it would be a 3. Because I've only had like 2 right now. So I think I'm going to go with 3 as well. I do like, there is residual, like a little baby bit of heat in my mouth, which is what makes me think it would build.
For sure. Should we just finish the bag of all 3 before we grade them then?
No.
Imagine eating a whole 3 bags.
I was like, wait, is he serious? Because I still have to have dinner later.
Texture.
I mean, it's the classic Cheetos. It's what I know and love. Like, it's what I was expecting, and it delivered. It's a 5 out of 5 on texture for me.
Okay. 5 out of 5. I will also give it a 5 out of 5 for the same reasons.
Yeah.
It's a Cheeto. It's labeled a Cheeto. It's marketed as a Cheeto. You know what you're going to get, and it delivers on all 4s. All right. And finally, Residue. Now, for Residue, I'm going to have to give it a 1 because it leaves so much residue, which it makes me sad because, like, it's one of my favorite snacks, but like my hand, I had 2 and it is already stained a little orange. And that grosses me out. I'll just be totally honest.
Okay, so here's the thing with me. If I'm like at home and have napkins and things and I can wash my hands easily, the messiness factor doesn't bother me as much. So I'm not gonna like be mad about it. And I know that, like, for instance, Flaming Hot Cheetos like leaves so much more residue than this.
I think I might be triggered about residue because in like junior high when everyone was like on such the hot Cheeto phase and people would just have like red hands.
Like suck on them.
Yeah, literally like little binkies like sucking their hot Cheeto fingers, and it grosses me out. It's so gross.
It is really gross. Like if you are at school or like in any kind of public setting and you know that person's going to touch things after sucking on their fingers.
I can't continue with the podcast if we keep talking about this. It's grossing me out so much.
Anyway, getting to my score, because I could probably just babble on about this forever. I think, whoa, I almost just knocked my water over. Things are getting too spicy. Okay.
I'm sweating.
Because it's not as much of a deterrent to me, but I would be in a location other than my house or somewhere where I had accessibility to napkins. And because I know seeing other people eat these would gross me out, seeing them lick their fingers and touch things and just be disgusting, because as I've learned through this fucking pandemic, most people are absolute trash when it comes to sanitary practices. So I'm going to give it a 3 on that score.
All right. So for my totals, I have 17 on Cheetos, and you have
17 out of what is the amount?
20.
Okay.
No, that's not right. I have 14.
Okay.
I shouldn't be doing math either. I'm a graphic designer, girl. I don't know how to count. You have 16 out of 20, and I have 14 out of 20 for the Cheetos.
Okay. Ooh, I'm going to write that down just for memes. Stay up to date with new Snacktime episodes, merch, and more on Instagram at SnackTimePod. That's SnackTimepod. See you there.
All right, so
next, late July, Classico tortilla chips, jalapeno lime. Okay, also, talking about packaging, I hate when chip bags are like this. Listeners, I know you can't see. I don't know if you've had late July, but it's one of those bags where it's a tear at the top of the bag instead of being able to pull it open. And I just don't like that, because it just makes a tiny hole that's annoying for your hand to fit in. Then you end up ripping the bag, and then it's just a rip down the whole side of the bag. I'd much rather have a regular bag like the Lay's and Cheetos, where you just pull it apart at the top and then you just roll it down and put a chip clip on it, unless you're a monster and just leave it open and whatever.
I agree.
How do you feel?
I agree with you. I much prefer a butterfly pull open bag.
Butterfly pull. You are in fucking graphic design and fucking product whatever.
Well, I just kind of made that up, but I think that's a pretty good.
I'm just saying your thought process for the movement and design of the bag was very eloquently put in butterfly. What'd you say? Butterfly pull?
A butterfly pull. Much better than a corner tear.
Oh, fuck a corner tear.
Yeah,
I'm already pissed at this bag of chips because it made me corner tear.
You know what? They're disqualified for the corner tear.
Oh, they're not. I want to try them, so they smell good. I mean, again, I'm giving it just a smell, and it's very light on the flavor, so.
Oh, shoot. I'll smell from my little bowl.
But I do think that they're gonna, be good with a dip.
So here's before I try it, I do want to say, the hint of lime that Tostitos does are so good. You actually don't even need a dip for the
those ones are crazy good for how simple they are.
So I'm really interested to see, are these going to be as flavor heavy as the hint of lime? Or are they going to be a little bit less? I'm not sure.
It's a different texture of chip, though, too.
That is true. It's it's a thicker corn tortilla.
Mm-hmm. It's more of a restaurant style.
Definitely.
All right. Should we do this? Okay,
I'm ready.
Yeah. Okay. I do not taste jalapeno at all.
It's very sweet.
Yeah.
Are you getting sweetness?
All I'm getting is lime and a little bit of heat, but no jalapeno flavor. Where's the jalapeno flavor? It's just spicy lime to me. And actually not really limey. Like, what is the flavor? What is the flavor?
I'm disappointed in these. I'll be totally honest with you.
I wouldn't say they're bad, but they're not jalapeno lime flavored.
Oh,
definitely not jalapeno.
I'm getting it in the back of my throat now. After the fact.
But that's just the heat, but not the flavor of jalapeno.
That's true. You're totally right on that.
Like, if it's going to be jalapeno, I need to taste that flavor.
Like, I imagine having, like, a hint of lime chip with, like, a little bit of tahini on it is kind of what this would
but it's not even the tahini flavor. Like, there's no actual flavor that the spice is adhered to. It's just spice.
Yeah, I'm definitely tasting the corn tortilla chip much more.
Yeah. I'm confused how they got it to be spicy without any spice flavor.
I'm confused. Like, Late July is the brand. Don't they know we're in early August? Get with the program, people, and let's do a real jalapeno chip.
They're shooting for late July, and they're definitely giving me mid. Dang it! They're shooting
mid-January.
Shut up. They're shooting for late July, but they're giving me mid-March, aka when the world shut down.
Basically, it's all Late July's fault.
Late July conspiracy.
All right.
So we're ready to freaking grade this one.
So what would you give it for flavor, Michelle?
Okay, here's the thing. It's not a bad flavor. It's a good tasting chip. But I'm expecting jalapeno and I'm expecting lime. And for those two qualifiers, they did not deliver. So I'm going to give this a 1.
A 1.
It's not delivering what it's promising. They should have just said slightly spicy, slightly sweet chips because it's not giving me jalapeno lime. It's not even sour.
If it had said like spicy lime, I would have bought it. But jalapeno lime,
yeah,
I can't buy it.
No.
Oh my god, this is so difficult because I don't think I didn't like it as much as you did. So I think I'm gonna
eat them. I'm gonna eat them. I'm gonna be fine with them. But I'm just like, they're lying.
And we hate a liar.
I hate liars.
I hate liars.
Do you know what I need right now? A freaking jalapeno Cheeto, and I'm gonna eat one because
oh my god, I was thinking the same thing.
These deliver, and these are making me happy. They need to like make my mouth happy again before I go in for the kettle cooked Lays because my mouth is mad right now.
Yeah, definitely the palate cleanser is the Cheeto.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna give flavor a 2 because I wasn't mad at the flavor. It was very subtle.
Yeah.
But I definitely like wasn't mad at it.
Yeah, I was kind of mad at it, so.
For spice level, however, I think I will also give it a 2. I felt it after. There's an after kick.
I mean, so if I give something a 1, I'm not giving it a 0, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like, wait, okay, let me try one again for the spice because I feel like they were not spicy.
Maybe we try a big one. I think I only had little ones.
I mean, this is like baby level spice.
Well, I'm a big baby.
Like, I love spice. Like, I like to put fucking sriracha on my shit. I like when stuff has chili in it. So, sorry, Late July. I'm giving you another 1.
Oof.
It's baby spice. And not in a good way. Not baby like from
spice.
The Spice Girls.
I was just going to say, baby spice and not anything nice.
No, yeah. Baby spice, nothing nice. I mean, Cheetos are giving me fucking full-on scary spice. I mean, they're not that hot, but like they're delivering on the flavor. You know?
My God. At the end, we should assign each a Spice Girl.
Yes.
I was so down.
Okay.
Okay. Texture.
Texture is good. I'm gonna give it a
It was
5 out of
good.
5 on
A
texture.
5? Wow. I was gonna give it a 4 because I do like a little bit thinner of a tortilla chip. These were a little thick, a little like corny.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but still good. Just not my favorite. So a 4.
Okay.
Residue, I'm gonna give it like right in the middle. Like it left a little bit on, but it wasn't like too much that I was grossed out.
Yeah, I'll give it a
So
2
3.
because I gave Cheetos a 3. Oh wait, no, Cheetos is a 3. Late July has less of a residue, so I'm gonna give it a 4.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, unless you think residue is a good thing. I'm just very biased in my opinion of residue.
I don't think it's a good thing. I like when I'm by myself, it's just like whatever. But with other people, it's disgusting. So that's why I like gave that score for Cheetos. But with these, it's definitely less residue. And so less opportunity for people to be disgusting.
Less is more, girl. So a 4.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So your final tally for late July jalapeno lime tortilla chips is 15.
Wait, how did it only get one less than Cheetos?
Oh no, I'm sorry, 11. I told you I don't know how to count.
I was like, I gotta do some reorganizing of those scores because that
11.
ain't fair. Yeah, okay.
And then I gave it an 11 as well. Yes.
Okay.
So currently for both of us, Cheetos are in the lead.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised there. Okay.
Are we
Let's
ready?
dive into these frickin' Lay's. It's the classic Lay's logo. It's the kettle cooked packaging, so it's a little bit more rustic looking, but still that, bold Lay's look. They have the full spread of like a poured out smattering of the chips on the front, which I love.
Isn't there a big old jalapeno on the front?
A big old jalapeno. Like they're showing us what we're going to get.
Are you ready?
Let me pick the perfect chip. I'm going to get one that's super folded over. Look at this bad boy. Folded over twice. It's a taco and then another taco, baby.
I'm pretty jealous. I don't have any of that like in my little bowl.
No nooks and crannies?
I know I need a little nook and cranny. All right, are you ready?
Yes. Yum. Okay, I have to have another one.
In full disclosure, I went to the grocery store on Sunday to get these chips. By Monday night, I had eaten the whole bag, and I had to go back today to get more.
Oh my god.
They're
These are
good.
So good. I freaking I love Kettle chips. Okay. So right off the bat, though, the jalapeno flavor is not as strong as a jalapeno flavor from the Cheetos, I must say.
It's true. And it's not very spicy at all. But then that means you can eat like the whole bag in one sitting.
I think it's spicier than the late July.
For sure. Yeah.
So it's like it's already delivering more. So anyway, let's go down the rubric.
So for flavor,
I have to have another one.
Personally, I love the flavor of these. I think they're so delicious. They taste like the best of the Cheeto, but like not as like what's the word I'm looking for? Manufactured. I have to give it a 5 for flavor.
Okay. So like sub-rubric within each rubric, like sub-rubric within the flavor profile, like it's not as much of the jalapeno flavor, but the overall flavor, like you were saying, it's not as manufactured. It's that like rustic kettle potato deliciousness that I know and love. Again, like it's something that I know and love. It's bringing me back to those core childhood memories of like eating a chip and just being so happy. And so because of that, I'm also going to give it a 5 out of 5.
Oof. Big news.
Big news.
I have to say that like the experience of eating the Lay's kettle cooked jalapeno chip is very much being like how I would imagine being on like Meemaw's back porch. She just like unloaded a batch like deep from the frying kettle, like chopped up a jalapeno. Yeah. There's like a seed or two on the, like fresh cooked chip. You eat it. That's exactly how it tastes.
Yeah, if I close my eyes and eat one, that's where I'm transported to.
Exactly.
Meemaw.
Spice level, however.
Okay, I can't tell right now, honestly, because I think it's later in the game and I've had more spice, and so it's just building. So I can't tell if it's actually spicier than the Cheetos or if that's just my mouth like having a lot of spice in it at this point. So I think I have to hear what you have to say on that first, because you've had these by themselves.
So I rated Cheetos with a 3 spice. I rated the tortilla chips with a 2. I'm gonna have to do the kettle chips also with a 3. Because I think it's about even as the Cheeto.
Okay. I'm just gonna go with what you say because I honestly can't really tell.
It's definitely more than the tortilla chip.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we're in agreement on 3s. Texture.
Oh.
Girl.
It's a 5 out of 5. It's a kettle chip. Unless someone did the kettle chip itself dirty, it's a 5 out of 5 every time.
I agree. 5 out of 5, 100%. I actually think I like the Lay's kettle chip texture more than the actual kettle chip brand texture.
Oh, interesting. I need to do a compare and contrast.
It's like lighter. It's not as sharp. It doesn't hurt my teeth as much.
I think Lay's are thinner.
Thinner for sure, yeah.
So it makes
it still crunchy.
Yeah, it's still crunchy. I don't know which one I would pick because I do love like the hard crunch of a kettle brand. But dang, these are so fucking good. And also, as I've been eating a few more because I can't stop, there is a like planty, more natural jalapeno flavor that's now like really emerging, and it tastes like an actual jalapeno versus, again, the Cheetos. I love it, but it is that more like nacho cheese jalapeno flavor where it's
processed,
definitely chemicals,
manufactured. Exactly.
Yeah. Which sometimes I really want, but I love how they pulled off the real fresh jalapeno taste in the Lay's.
As if Meemaw just cut up a batch, threw it in her new doggone kettle machine.
Meemaw did that for us.
So, our final
topic. We didn't do the finger whatever.
Yeah, residue. Our final.
Oh, I thought you were going to say our final score.
Oh, sorry. No, my bad. The final.
No. I wasn't listening. That's my bad.
The final residue is our last category. I'm going to have to hear what you have to say on this one first.
I don't think there's been hardly any residue. Like, especially compared to the other two. So, I mean, there's a little bit of residue, though. Like, you're not completely scot-free with these.
Right.
So I guess I would give it a 4.
Ooh, okay.
Because it can't be a 5. Like, there is some residue.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a 3 because...
Really?
I personally have eaten almost a whole bag by myself in one sitting. And there's a little bit, but not like nearly as much as the Cheeto. Yeah. Like the Cheeto grosses me out.
Well, so your score is specific to your kettle chip jalapeno flavor habits and experience, because You're eating enough of it that there is a residue. But if you had like the same amount of each one.
I never said I was going to be objective, Michelle.
True. This is our fucking taste test, so we can do whatever the hell we want. Like, keep eating. When it comes to snacking, are you salty or sweet? Pick a side and show your pride with Snacktime merch. We've got stickers, we've got mugs, we've even got bucket hats. All available at Shop Marno on Etsy. That's ShopMarno on Etsy. Now, back to snack time. I'm going to have one of the... Ooh, I'm going to try them together. I'm going to try a Cheeto and a Lay's. Look, it's a little taco.
And a taco. Oh, my God.
Because you know that kettle chip got all curly.
Yeah. So you're... Oh, my gosh. This is big news.
Dang, that was so good. You need to try them together right now.
Oh, okay, fine. Here I go.
Isn't that ridiculous? The two different textures, the two different jalapenos.
I don't like it.
What? Oh,
No.
We're disagreeing on this one.
I'm like
living.
I'm like the kind of person where I don't like their food like touching on the plate, and I have to eat like one thing at a time, and that was very
like the children that I used to nanny?
Yeah, like a picky little child. So, this is crazy, Michelle.
Oh my God, what?
So, both of ours in third place, last place, are the tortilla chips at 11 points. We both scored them at 11.
Whoa.
Second place for both of us. You scored it a 16. I scored them a 14. Are the Cheetos. And both of us.
No way.
First place are the Lay's. You scored them a 17 out of 20. And I scored them a 16.
Oh my God. My baby Lay's. They pulled through.
That is the upset of the century, if I've ever heard one.
I mean, this is exactly what I predicted. And I just feel so, like, I feel like I know myself so much better that I, like, predicted this. And, like,
I thought you were gunning for the Cheeto the whole time.
The Kettle. I said, wait, what? No, roll back the tape. Future me, edit in the soundbite, because I don't even know for sure, but I'm pretty sure I thought Kettle was going to be number one because I love Kettle chips. But I thought that Cheetos might swoop in because they are so good.
Oh, that sounds about right.
But we'll see. We'll see what the tape says. Oh, wait, can I make a prediction? Can we make predictions first, which ones we're going to like? Because, like, I kind of think I know which one I'm going to like best, but I could be surprised. So, I think I'm going to like the kettle cooked jalapeno best.
So those are the final rubric scores, but remember, we also were going to take into account that feeling in your heart of hearts for your final committed answer.
Okay. Although the Cheetos gave me maybe the surprise of the century because they were so much better than I could have even imagined, truly delivering not only the jalapeno flavor, but also the nacho jalapeno cheese experience that I didn't know that I needed, but now I so desire in my snacking experience. But Lay's kettle cooked jalapeno, I could not stop eating. Like, truly, if we're just going off, like, my physical reaction after trying each of these, while you were talking that entire time, whatever we were talking about with the kettle chips, I was mindlessly eating. I don't even know how many I had because I couldn't stop. They're addicting.
So good.
And I really think it's that kettle flavor that gets infused into all of these Kettle chips that something in my body is drawn to it.
You're
and I
just like
couldn't stop eating.
hardwired for it.
Yeah, hardwired for Kettle cooked chips. And am I a cottage core hoe now? Maybe. Maybe this is the moment that like really pushes me into being cottage core aesthetique, because the Kettle is where it's at. I'm full witch mode right now. It's August. It's almost September. It's almost October. It's almost Halloween. And I'm going full on witch mode and saying that Kettle cooked jalapeno chips are my heart of hearts jalapeno choice for this jalapeno snack taste test 2020 snack time with Bret on the mic. It's hot, jalapeno spicy. We can't stop, won't stop. Miley, she said it. I'm gonna say it. It's summertime. We're partying. Mic drop.
I don't know that I can top that. But my top score was the Lay's Kettle cooked jalapeno Kettle chip. That is also what I was feeling in my heart of hearts, because they are just so good and so addicting.
I mean, just by looking at your spending habits of this week, we can tell.
I don't want to talk about it, okay? The Cheetos, as much as I love them, I think they've been around forever. I don't know how I've never had them before. So it was like the surprise of like, oh my God, have I been sleeping on this for like 10
Seriously,
years?
I have been sleeping on them.
But it's that residue, man. It gets me every time. If the residue was like at the level of the Lay's, like it would have been even for me. And then that would have been even harder. But that residue gets you every time.
Get you every time. And fuck late July. Not even in the discussion. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I know. I was really disappointed with the late July. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, she presented us with the quote unquote healthy looking, quote unquote rustic ass packaging. And you know what? That's what I expected from that packaging. So at least it delivered like what I was expecting. But you cannot, in good conscience, I know I just said that's all I'm going to say about that, but obviously now I'm going to talk about it. You cannot put a jalapeno and 5 little jalapeno slices and a half slice of a lime on your packaging and have it be this flavor that you're presenting us, late July snacks. I cannot accept that.
The late July is like the Michelle Williams of this trio. Like for sure, without a doubt.
And I think that's even rude to Michelle Williams, because late July is way underperforming compared to Cheetos and Lay's. I'm just going to say that right now. I think Michelle deserves a little bit more credit than what Miss Late July over here is delivering to us.
Well, we're in agreement on that.
Let's determine which Spice Girl each of these chips are. So wait, let's run down. Okay. I need to remember. Okay, we have Baby Spice, which like I love all the Spice Girls, so this is not like a dig at any of them, but just like based off of their names and like their general vibe, what chips match. So we have Baby Spice, Scary Spice, Sporty Spice,
Ginger Spice,
and
Posh Spice.
Posh. Okay. Should we let's do like late July on the count of 3, say which Spice Girl late July is.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Baby Spice. Yes, because it's truly baby flavor. There's hardly anything there. A baby could fucking eat these chips and be fine because they're not spicy. I mean, they probably wouldn't be fine. Don't feed babies these chips, but I'm just saying they're not spicy.
They need more time to develop. They're clearly a new company. They're trying to do something different with their packaging. They're trying to stand out. But you need to get the recipe right. And nothing is like going to do you better than getting that recipe right. Yep. So they have
Baby
some
Spice,
developing to do for sure.
Grow up, Baby Spice, late July snacks. Stupid baby.
Also, she's maybe the one that I kind of forget about the most in the Spice Girls. I'm not going to lie. Not that I know the Spice Girls particularly well at all. All right. Cheeto.
Cheetos. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Scary Spice. Yes! Cheetos is hitting a home run on the jalapeno flavor. It's a punch of flavor. Out of the three of them, it's the punchiest, it's the scariest, it's the most bold, and Cheetos, you're fucking killing it. You're singing, you're dancing, you're serving straight up looks, hair and makeup on point, outfits stunning. Cheetos, you're serving it.
And like the aftertaste is so good and sticks with you that it's kind of like Mel B's like career now. Like it's still going. She's still doing something.
Yes.
Like not everyone else is doing as much as she is. So that really kind of connects her to the jalapeno Cheetos.
100% agree. Okay, wait. I need to like take a quick moment to think about the Lay's. I'm gonna have one just to like really feel it out.
Okay.
This one's the one I'm unsure. Like the other two, I was ready. I knew. Okay. I know who jalapeno is. I mean, I know who Lay's is. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3. Posh Spice.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, yes.
How did we get all of them the same?
Because they so vividly serve us these members of Spice Girls. Please explain why, because I know my reasoning and I want to know if it's the same as you.
So to me, like the Lay's are just like kind of elevated to a different level. Very much how Posh Spice, we think of her today, Victoria Beckham, on a different level than at least I personally do of all the other Spice Girls.
She's posh. Like already in her name, it's like.
Yeah. She's married to David Beckham. She has that going for her. Like that, being married to David Beckham is like the equivalent of like the double Kettle fold.
And to add to that, the fact that like he was a fan of her and then married her like adds another dimension that I feel like is very double fold.
Does that mean
like,
I can marry the Lay's kettle cooked jalapeno chips?
Probably.
I'm down.
I mean, I think David Beckham is a simp, and I think we need to celebrate that.
I can't believe we got them all the same. I'm going to celebrate with a Cheeto.
Oh, perfect. I'm going to celebrate with a Cheeto as well. I mean, Miss Lay's is, she's serving up classy kettle chip. Like, as you said, it's elevated. Kettle chips take a little bit more effort, a little more thought.
Finesse.
It's a little bit extra, which I think she also is and would probably own, saying that she is extra. And I love it. Now I'm trying to think, what would I imagine other snacks that are jalapeno flavored, like which ones would match into our remaining Spice Girls members, which is Ginger Spice and Sporty Spice. I feel like Sporty Spice, it's got to be something like actually kind of healthy.
Like a rice cake or something, like a jalapeno
but it's not
rice
boring.
Cake. Honestly, I don't really know the Spice Girls that well.
But just like off of like the imagery and the name, Sporty Spice and Ginger Spice. Ginger Spice has got to be.
Well, I think she had a pretty big career after the Spice Girls as well.
She like became solo while the Spice Girls was still a thing. Like she left the group first.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Jerry Halliwell.
So I feel like, what snack? Maybe Jerry is like maybe like a ruffle jalapeno.
Or like the infamous Dorito jalapeno that we couldn't get our hands on.
We couldn't even get
it.
That's very Ginger because she left us high and dry with just 4 spices. Okay, I'm agreeing on that.
And then for Sporty, I'm just gonna settle on a jalapeno rice cake, I think.
No, she's not as bland as a rice cake though. I feel like even though I earlier said that she's probably healthier, I think I'm going to go with like a jalapeno Frito.
Oh, I almost, like, that was one that I almost thought we should do.
Mm-hmm. I feel like she gives me Frito vibes because it's like kind of classic, but a little bit different. It's tougher like her. She's like tough. She's sporty.
Crunchier.
And I would imagine, I mean, the Cheetos and the jalapeno flavor match really well. So I feel like a Frito would be similar to that. And like,
I imagine the Frito jalapeno flavor is bold as hell.
Yeah, probably spicy, which like makes sense.
Like imagine like those like barbecue honey Frito things, like how bold those
yes.
are. Like imagine jalapeno equivalent, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like now I'm imagining it and it probably tastes so good.
Yeah. Next time.
Do you know, we had to have a for sure loser, and so late July was here for us.
Yeah, they're canceled.
I'm gonna eat, like, I'm not gonna throw this bag away. Like, I have guac and salsa, and I even made some shrimp ceviche over the weekend that I'm still finishing off. So, like, you know.
They'll probably be good with other things.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I think most tortilla chips act that way anyway. They're usually accompanied with a dip. So, like, for that, Late July is delivering the usual tortilla chip, flair or fare or flavor profile. But I was going into this thinking it was going to be a little more Dorito-y in the flavoring.
I agree.
So, yeah.
Imagine like a little bit punchier of a jalapeno flavor with like a lime salsa.
Oh,
like wouldn't that be so good?
Yeah. Yum. Wow, this was an experience. I mean, this is gonna start a whole like taste test series on this channel on this podcast, because I love this concept. I might need to do them like not very often because buying 3 chips at one time was a little bit excessive.
It's a lot, so that's for sure.
And I don't want them to like, you know, go stale before I can finish them.
I know, you are going to eat all of them. I'm literally still eating the Cheetos.
I'm sure my mom and dad will like love them as well. They also like jalapeno flavored things, so like I'll have some help in the household to finish them off. But this was incredible. Thank you so much, Bret, for not only being a guest today, but bringing this incredible concept that was so fun and tasty. It's been a wild ride.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Happy to come back anytime and do another taste test.
Oh, please.
We love a flavor and we love a rubric.
We love a rubric.
Yeah,
I love to see the numbers at the end when we found out like all of the scores. I was waiting because I didn't add them up in my head. So it was exciting for me. Listeners, I hope it was exciting for you as well. Bret, not only are you a great idea maker of podcast episodes, a flavor connoisseur of jalapeno snacks, and apparently not too shabby of a mathematician when it comes to snack rubrics, you also share some great content on social media. Why don't you take a moment to tell our listeners where they can find you on the internet?
At any social media account at Bret Yourstone, BretYourstone, my first and last name. Not my rock, but Yourstone.
Stupid.
Twitter, Instagram, whatever.
Wow. Love it. Live, laugh, love. Listeners, follow him there. And again, thank you so much, Bret, for joining us. Thank you, listeners, for listening. This has been another fun and fabulous episode of Snacktime.
Bye. Thanks, Michelle.
You're welcome.